Yo, welcome to the West Coast crossover with JD.
And I'm Jeremiah the Prophet, and this is a spot where we talk about SoCal hoops, and if your team ain't the Lakers, they're trash.
So follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and subscribe to us wherever you found that bullshit you've been listening to at. So Prophet, why don't you go ahead and give them the rundown, bro. Right off the rip.
Lakers finally got a dub against the Kings, so I'm lit up. But Lonzo, where you at? They say you ducking, my nigga. This IE West Coast, so you know we ride with them. As sure as Buddy Heild's teeth got a vicious bite in them. This the podcast with the Black Mamba snake fight venom. 2 more preseason games and the Lakers might win them. You can tell my team won by the tone of voice that I'm rapping. Yo, JD, go on and tell them what happened.
Yo, what had happened was, just to summarize real quick, what we last left y'all was when the Lakers was playing the Nuggets again. And excuse me, the Kings, my bad. And for the first time all season, man, the Lakers actually looked good on defense all game. Yes. I couldn't believe it. I guess you can say a little bit had to do with the Kings' offense. They were missing a lot of shots, but the defense looked so much better than it has at any other point in the preseason. Brook Lopez came in and showed that he's going to be a very, very valuable asset to the Lakers moving forward. He made a big impact early on. Yep. Also, he helped them establish an early lead, which the Lakers were able to hold on to, keep the Kings at bay. Shout out to Julius Randle and Kyle Kuzma. They continued their consistent play throughout the preseason and show that they might be the guys that they're going to be have to be relied upon moving forward to help provide some of that offensive punch for the Lakers. That's basically what happened in that last game. So we want to talk about what that means for the Lakers moving forward, what we've seen in regards to the entire preseason for the Lakers, man. So spin your thoughts on that.
The first thing I seen that I did not see Lonzo Ball. That's what I see.
No, we didn't see him, and you know me, I'm part of that conspiracy theorist group that I don't think his ankle wants to see De'Aaron Fox.
Is that what it was? You see, De'Aaron Fox had banged on Randle, even though he put his hand through the rim, Randle, to block it. Still got him. And I was
still got him.
Yeah, that's kind of you don't want to touch that on a weak ankle, bro.
No, you don't, but you see what happened to him also later on when he tried to dunk again. He got put on his back and out the game. So maybe that bodes well for Lonzo moving forward. Broke back versus broke ankle.
Yeah, maybe so. Well, I mean, overall this season, we got Kyle Kuzma balling out. We don't know how long that's going to last. And I'm not trying to jinx my dude because I believe that he's a baller. But, it gets a little more difficult as the scouting report goes out that this guy kind of can put up buckets. We have Brook Lopez coming back, and like you said, and he's going to be more important to the team than I would like him to have to be.
Well, that's the honest to goodness truth, man, because he was looking like he might be our best player. He was really out there hooping a bit against the Kings, both offensively and defensively. He played pretty well too. I know he gets a bad rap on defense. He's not a rim protector. I get that. But position-wise, he was always in the right position. He played good, solid one-on-one defense. Okay. So that's definitely an element that the Lakers need to add along with his veteran experience. And, hey, he was hitting the long ball as well. So if he can bring that and stretch the court out, that's going to help a lot, too.
It is going to help a lot, too. And you know what else is going to help? Is that they're going to get rid of they already got rid of Zimmerman and Beacham. You know what I'm saying? The weird neck dude in Beacham that nobody heard of. But it'll help them also when they get rid of Caruso now. And
Briante is going to get he's got to go. The cable guy, Caruso, he's got to go. You already know Vanderblue. He's there for the preseason, and that's it. So he's got to go. And other than that, I'm pretty sure that the roster is going to be set moving forward. Looks like Thomas Bryant, he's going to be on the team, and maybe find some minutes for him to make some impact. I hope he plays a lot better than he did that last game, though. But anyway, we'll see. It looks like he's on the team, man. So we'll see what he does for the Lakers moving forward.
Okay, man. You know what? They what do you think, man? What you still? Now you had first said that you were thinking that they would end up making the playoffs. 6th, 7th, 8th seed. You was talking crazy the first episode. Then you backed all the way out to be like, they was trash, and they're not going to be in there at all. At the end, we got one more game than the preseason, right? And
we got 2 more, I think,
Two more, man. I was hoping it'd hurry up and be over.
Me too. I feel you, brother. I feel you. I'm ready to get to the real stuff.
But once this far into the preseason, have you flipped it back again, or how you feeling?
You know what? I was like most Laker fans at the very beginning of the preseason before anything was done, where my expectations were extremely high. I did say that I think they can sneak into the playoffs, make the 8th seed, but some reality has set into my life as I've watched these last few games play out. The Lakers, I definitely don't see them making the playoffs this year. What I want to see, though, is improvement. And who is going to prove themselves to be worthy of really staying on the team as a contributor moving forward next season once we hopefully bring in some top-notch free agents. So that's going to be interesting to see how this roster plays out with the new style of play. Who really steps up and makes themselves a viable commodity moving forward, right? Because that's what big picture, that's what it's about for the Lakers, is moving forward. So I'm interested to see if Kyle Kuzma can keep up his play. How does his play translate into the regular season? I'm interested also to see if Randall can keep up his play and finish the season strong, continue on this strong pace. He's been doing real good. Him and Kuzma are the only ones that have been doing good consistently throughout the preseason. That's the only ones you can rely on so far. So we'll see how that plays out, because right now they've been the two best players. Throw Brook Lopez.
You're watching them two, the two best players. I'm watching the two players that I thought was going to be the two best players that haven't been able to show us what we want to see yet, and I don't blame them for it totally. Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball. Those are the two people that I really want to watch this whole season, and I feel like if we haven't been able to see Lonzo play, and Brandon Ingram hasn't got off the way I know that he is. I still feel in my heart that he's
Wait a minute. Why do you not blame Brandon Ingram for his poor start this preseason? Because I, from what I've seen, I don't see who else you could blame for that.
Well, I believe that he's having a transition. Skill-wise, I think that he has made improvements over the summer. All right. When I mean skill-wise, I'm talking about being able to, being in the gym, working on your shot, working on your handles one-on-one by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or working with the trainers. But that's different than the whole game situation. Right now, the role that he's in right now, the reason why he was asking about trying to play point guard, and stuff like that, is that's what he did more last season. He had more the ball in his hands. He was bringing it up. Now he's trying to have to catch and shoot and just react to the defense. And I think that in his mind, he thinks he's improved much more than what he actually has. And that he's just doing too much and he's in a rush pace right now. I think once he settles into the season and he's playing like a designated amount of minutes to where it's consistent. Like right now they're in and out with the people that they're trying to test to see if they're going to stay on the Lakers. And he hasn't been able to get into a rhythm. I believe that he'll do a little bit better than that. Of course, Lonzo with his injury and ducking De'Aaron Fox, he hasn't been able to show us anything at all yet. And, of course, he's going to have a large adjustment to make as a rookie going out throughout the season. But I'm interested to see if he's going to have an Alonzo effect on the game, you know what I mean? To where he can actually have everybody playing better as a whole. If that happens, who knows what the team is going to look like? Because I don't think we've been able to see that yet, you know? We haven't seen if there's a such thing as Alonzo effect at all.
Yeah, not at all. I think the grade for Alonzo would have to be an NA because of his lack of playing time. He has shown certain flashes of doing the things that we think that he's capable of doing. He's also made some kind of rookie, boneheaded mistakes, which you kind of expect him to make. But
right.
The jury's definitely out on him, man. But I'm definitely looking at Brandon Ingram right now with the side eye because he has a whole season under his belt, and I kind of expected a little bit more from
Jordan Clarkson then, man. How you looking at
Jordan Clarkson?
He has
in
his fourth season.
And Jordan Clarkson kind of is who he is at this point. He hasn't done anything this preseason that has made me think that he's going to either regress from what he's been these past couple of seasons or improve upon that. I think he's still going to be in that 13 to 15 point range. I think he's going to be an excellent first guard off the bench to either back up either spot. But at this point, he is what he is. And I mean, to me, that's pretty much all he's shown during the preseason is I am Jordan Clarkson. This is what I do. This is what you can expect. He's been that. So he's probably been actually maybe the third or fourth most impressive Laker to me so far this preseason as far as reliability. So I'm not expecting.
I'm sorry to cut you off, bro. But unfortunately, man, I think that I like Jordan Clarkson a lot, man. Todd went to his camp this summer, and my wife got to meet him, and they said that their family was real nice and that he was a humble dude. He was talking to the family. It wasn't one of those things where he was just there for the show. Seems like a great dude, and I think he's athletic and got game. But maybe I was just expecting too much from him, man. He don't look good to me, man. To me, he looked he was turnover prone even in the preseason against bums. And he doesn't stand out the way his talent seems like it should to me. I felt like not improving is a regression. You know what I'm saying? You said he hadn't improved or regressed. It's like, man, that same Jordan Clarkson from next year, that ain't gonna cut it to me, man.
And I can see how you said that. I mean, he did get a nice pay bump, and we started to expect more, I guess, at the beginning of last year.
Yeah.
But I think, listen, man, I think with Jordan Clarkson, with the lack of depth in the backcourt that the Lakers have right now, it's really going to be incumbent upon him to improve and show that maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's not just what we've seen. Maybe he's got something more. This would be the year for him to actually do that and show that, because he's going to have an opportunity to do that. We don't have that much production offensively right now coming out of the backcourt. Even if Lonzo Ball is playing at his best, we're not expecting him to be a 20-point scorer or anything of that nature. KCP, to me, he's not the shooter that you want him to be. Hopefully that rounds out. But even if it does round out, I still see him as like a 10 or 11 point guy, spot up shooter. So Clarkson is going to have the opportunity more so than he did last year when he was sharing minutes with Nick Young and Lou Williams just off the bench. He's going to have more opportunities this year to show what he can do and what he can do to actually help this team moving forward. Because again, he has that kind of contract and the talent that you're talking about to where he might become a movable commodity if the Lakers see fit to do so, moving into that midseason trade deadline. So he's definitely up in the air, man. I want to see what he does. I got some faith in him, man. I think he can really actually step it up the more that I think about it and be a little bit better than what we've seen. But up to this point, that's pretty much all we've seen is what he's already been showing us.
Well, of course, I'm hoping for you, brother. I'm rooting for you, my dude, because I like you all the way around. I think you're going to be a good dude, and I really actually don't want him to go, man. I would like to see him just flourish in L.A. I think he likes it here, and I think he fits. I think he fits what we're trying to do as far as the age group that we have, you know what I mean? As far as trying to build a roster, I think him and Ingram and Lonzo and KCP could be a cool little rotation, you know what I mean? I don't know how long KCP going to be around, but I just think that has the possibility to be a great rotation. Same thing with Randall and Kuzma and Nance, which Nance hasn't shown a whole lot of improvement either.
Nance hasn't shown a lot of improvement. I was expecting him to actually improve along with Julius Randle and really keep up the debate as far as, hey, maybe Nance should be starting over Randle. But at this point, I don't feel like that at all. I feel like Randle has solidified his spot so far this preseason as the power forward, as the starting power forward. Anyway, going into preseason, and Larry Nance is the clear second. And I think actually
suspect second,
Kuzma,
bro. Suspect
exactly second. With Kuzma behind him and him demanding minutes, Larry Nance's minutes are actually going to be the ones that are going to get chopped because it's not going to be as easy to move into center with all the depth they got there now.
Right. Him, Nance and Ingram, they have a position battle going on with Kuzma. I mean, it ain't even low key no more. Actually, Luke
and it's a minutes battle more than anything.
Yeah. Even the starting position for Brandon Ingram. Recently, Luke Walton was asked about Kuzma starting, and he said it's on the table. It's something they're talking about.
It should be. It should be.
You know what I'm saying? So, whose spot would that be? Randall's been the one balling. You know what I mean?
No, and I wouldn't take Randall out right now because I think Kuzma's game can complement him at the three. I'm not sure. I want to see Kuzma play more steady production. That's why I want to see Kuzma start one of these games. I want to see him play extended minutes at the three with a power forward like Randall to really see how he handles himself, because in that position he would also have to guard the perimeter three. So I want to see how he handles himself, because if he handles himself and plays how he's been playing in that position, I'm going to be looking at him like, look, maybe he should be the starting three, and Ingram should really be thinking about being, again, versatile and using that to get some minutes at the two, being that we were just talking about, we're not sure about KCP. Jordan Clarkson can definitely play both positions. Hopefully he stand out, but if he doesn't, there might be some minutes there for Ingram to find a way to be productive at the two. And that's going to be influenced by Kuzma's play, and Larry Nance not stepping up. A reduction in minutes might be in line for him if Kuzma keeps it up.
Yeah, man. Teams, I coach over at Cali Elite. Shout out Cali Elite.
Shout out to them.
And when you get a new group of boys, like we just recently did, man, it takes a while for that chemistry to build and for you to learn how to use the rotation. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of trial and error that goes into, you know what? When I have these three on the floor together and these two, coming off the bench, it's a certain dynamic. And the Lakers are figuring that out going forward. One of the things that's going to help them figure that out going forward is that they just made a major deal low-key to me. You know what I mean? They hired Jason Rosenthal for analytics. And see, Jason Rosenthal was the head of the analytics department for the entire NBA at one point. He was the first one to hold that position, the president of analytics, I believe is what it was called.
Yeah,
and he's a Harvard grad, and he majored in statistics. So he's a super smarty nerd type of dude with the kind of skills that they need for the analytics crew. And before, we had a certain regime that didn't really function with analytics like that. They didn't really right. And even I would say Mitch Kupchak to a degree. He was old school. That
front office.
Now they got a group that is looking into that stuff a lot more. And I believe that has served the Spurs well, and it certainly has served the Houston Rockets well. I listen to Daryl Morey a lot, the general manager for the Rockets, and my man knows what he's talking about, man. I don't know how it's all going to play out with those analytics numbers that he's crunching over there, but it looked good to me. It sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, even the teams like the Jazz and the Grizzlies have picked up analytics a lot, and it served them very well based on their talent base. So that's going to be a good move for the Lakers, man. Go from kind of the bottom of the barrel in that category to getting somebody that's really at the elite top level when it comes to breaking down NBA analytics, man, because that's part of the game. It's 2017. Things are moving that way. And with this type of team, we're going to need everything that we can get to help us move forward.
One of the things that we need to do to move forward personally is get some motherfucking money. So let's check out one of our sponsors real quick.
If you guys are looking to get married and need a low-cost, wedding-efficient, quick, fast, and ready to be at your service, go to easyelope.com. More rates and information are available online at easyelope.com.
Yeah. So now that we got that out the way, man, let's go give out some shout-outs to some of our peoples, man, who've been hitting us up.
Shout them out, man.
Man, we got Eddie Stinson III, man. He subscribed to us, and he had some comments for us, man, and he's a good dude. So shout out to you, Eddie Stinson.
Shout out to you, Eddie.
Derek Smith, thank you for following us and subscribing to our page. And Asian Sports, man, y'all good peoples. They on it. They on it. They love some Lakers, man. We represent.
That's what's up. Shout out Asian Sports.
Who else we got out there, man?
We got D-Ray out there. Shout out to D-Ray. Shout out to Vithan. Shout out to my boy Terrence Lynn.
What up?
Shout out to everybody, man, that's following us on westcoastcrossover.com, also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that old good stuff, man. We appreciate. And also, shout out to you, CJ and OJ. You guys, all of y'all, man. All y'all, man. Hit us up on those web pages. Hit us up on Facebook. Drop a question. Drop a line. Help drive the show, man. We want to talk about what you guys want to talk about out there.
Oh, shout. And you know what? Let's talk about the worldwide whiz.
Talk about
what's going on the West Coast, bro. Because one of the things that's going on is UCLA signed an extension with Steve Alford. They bringing him back for another year. Last year, he had a 31-5 record. He was balling, man, and they had Lonzo and everybody going deep into the tournament. And this year, they're going to bring back Aaron Holiday. You know, he's Drew and Justin Holiday's brother. And they got Jalen Hands, dog. Jalen Hands puts hands on the competition, bro. He's a baller, dog. I like him, man. He's from San Diego. You know, he went to Foothills Christian. He's pretty dope in these little dunk contests they be having around. Recently, they had one at Venice Beach for UCLA, and he jumped over the coach, Steve Alford, and banged out pretty tight.
Clowning.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
They're also going to bring back some other upperclassmen that they had from last year. And, of course, my dude, LiAngelo Ball from the Ball family. You know what I mean? So I expect big things out of UCLA coming up this year, bro.
Hey, man, really quick thing. I don't hear much about LiAngelo. Is he like the weakest of the Ball brothers or something?
Bro, I think he is not so much he's not as personable as the other ones, you know what I mean, or as charismatic, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense.
Okay.
That matters about how they're portrayed, of course. And he's kind of a tweener. He is about 6'5" and kind of buff. You know what I'm saying? Kind of swole. And doesn't have a whole bunch of explosion. He could bang out. But, you know, he's not he's not a point guard that can blow by somebody. He's right. But he's not the height of a shooting guard. But he does have shot, though. My man got shot, and he's a brute. He's kind of like, if you can imagine, like a short Julius Randle with shot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you play that guy at? But he gets it in. You know, in high school, he bullied the hell out of everybody. I think he went for 70 points before up there at Chino Hills. He do his thing. He ain't no slouch, bro.
For sure, man. Well, shout out UCLA, man. Good luck to y'all this season.
For sure. Well, around the NBA, dog, now that we know, you've said that the Lakers are not going to make the playoffs, I say Lonzo's going to come back and have a Lonzo effect on them, and they might have a miracle, like angels in the outfield shot at getting to the 8th spot.
Brother, are you high?
Nah,
did you not see what's going on the court?
Man, none of your business if I'm high or not, bro. Anyways, let's see. On the East Coast, we got Cavs, I say, still going to be the first team out there, the best team out there, bro.
I'm with you.
I think that the Celtics might even be a little more suspect, bro, because I don't believe in Kyrie's flat earth ass. Like, he don't believe in a round earth, nigga. I don't believe in him, bro.
Okay. That's to me, that's a logical argument. I get it, man. I'm not down with that flat earth either, but that's a different topic for a different show, because I got Boston coming in behind the Cavs as well.
Yeah, dog. And you know who else might even, make the Celtics struggle, in my opinion, is Washington, dog. John Wall and Bradley Beal's tired of getting looked over, man. Everybody talking about everybody else and not talking about them, man. I think that they can get with the Celtics, bro. Just because you add Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving and take a bunch of other players off, don't mean they just nice like that, bro. I don't buy it.
I don't know, man. I still think with what they got left over, they're definitely going to be better than the Wiz. I mean, they're still the Wizards? Yeah, they are, right? Yeah, they're going to be better than those guys.
The Wiz, hey, don't get okay. You another one that got jokes on the Wiz, but I'm saying though, the Wiz, nigga, they gave the Celtics a hard time last time. They barely beat them, dude. They needed miracle efforts from Isaiah Thomas, and I'm saying. Kyrie ain't that much nicer than Isaiah Thomas, bro. And they lost a lot of defensive pieces, bro.
We're going to see, because I think Gordon Hayward and Kyrie combined to be nicer as a combo than that Brad Beasley, whatever, Beal. I'm tripping, man. Brad Beal's better than the Bradley Beal and John Wall combo to me. And I think they're deeper, and that's pretty much all Washington has, you know. So we'll see. They gave they give a bunch of money to Otto Porter or something weird like that? I don't think.
Yeah, they did, but he's been balling, dog, and so is the Marcin.
Yeah, like
Gortat
one good series.
The
Marcin Gortat
and Morris, dog. They all ball, man. They got a good. Right. They got a good squad going.
Anyway,
out there,
go ahead. Who you got after the Wiz, man? Because that's
after
not
the Wiz. I got
third spot.
On the East Coast, after the Wiz, I wrote here, it doesn't fucking matter, bro. Trash. That's what I think I put here in my notes.
Okay, I got to trash at one point also, but let me tell you something. After Boston going second, I actually had the Bucks in my third spot. I think they're going to shock and surprise, jump up the rankings. Adetokounmpo is still just going to keep getting better.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to shock and surprise. And their team is actually good, led by Jason Kidd. I like what they do a lot, man. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them slip into that third spot. And then I just got them followed by Toronto. Same old, you know what they do. And then I got the Wiz, and everything else is kind of in flux, whatever. All those other teams are pretty much the same team. Plug and play however you want to.
I'm hoping, actually, even though they're haters on the Lakers, bro, I think that Philly is going to be in the mix up there somewhere close to Toronto.
Man, you saw they gave your man Embiid $150 million over 5 years?
Hey,
Woo.
You know what? They didn't learn nothing with Andrew Bynum, did they? They didn't learn nothing with my nigga with the perm.
But what else could they do though? The thing is, this man has only played 31 games in his career so far. But
so what you do is
what do they
fucking go through this whole season, and if this nigga gets folded, you know, you go to closer towards the end of the season. Well, actually, I wouldn't extend him, though. I wouldn't have did that. I would have made him earn that shit, because if he fucks himself up again this season, then he'll have a hard time getting that money somewhere else.
He would have a hard time getting it, but I think they didn't want to take the risk of him leaving to somewhere else, because that's what people typically do. So they just felt the need to overpay early and hope for the best, is what I'm assuming. Because I read that and I was like, damn, the trust in the process. This nigga finessed him.
Yeah, really though. He did finesse them. Hey, you know what? I like Embiid, bro. I like my brother, man. But
when he's on the court.
but yes, I'm saying, but he's on the court and he's a Laker hater, man. So I can't hype him up too much, dude. Same thing with the rest of these Philly niggas, man. And I got Coach O. Coach O, I don't know if you listening, bro, but he's always talking shit about the Sixers too. So I'm gonna go ahead and say they'll be in.
Hey, man. Well, I'm kicking them out, but yeah, Embiid is nice. Just for those sentiments.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, next, moving on all the way up out the East and going on to the West Coast. After we talk about Golden State, because they're on the West Coast, so let's go ahead and give them some love. They'll go ahead and be number one and put them things on everybody out there.
In all likelihood.
Yeah. And Swaggy P is going to be their, you know what I mean, ninth leading scorer, which is a big deal.
Yeah, you got to get those solid, reliable 3 or 4 points off the bench.
Yeah. After that, let's see. Have you seen what's been going on in the preseason with these dudes?
Well, to me, from what I've seen, I like the Rockets. I like what the Rockets have done. I like them in the West behind the Warriors. So I think they're going to figure that out and be able to win a lot of games with that trio they got going on with Paul, Harden, and Carmelo. And it's also going to be fun to watch. You know,
Carmelo, nigga, what? Carmelo ain't on the Rockets, bro. That didn't happen.
My bad.
That didn't happen. It was supposed to be. That was supposed to have happened.
But actually, I think that's actually a good thing, though, because the Rockets have been balling with Paul at the point. It's actually worked a little bit better than I thought, and it's going to continue to grow and get better. I think the Rockets are going to finish second. Their style of play is just going to get them a lot of it's going to get them a lot of regular season wins and probably get them booted in the second round. That's just how they do.
Yeah, for sure. As long as we both agree that D'Antoni ain't gonna make it past the second round, then
I
don't
think so.
So number 3. We have some kind of mix. We got to have San Antonio and Oklahoma City around there, right?
Yeah, I still got number 3, San Antonio. Just that's what they do, man. The Spurs are you can just really rely on them to ball out during the season, accumulate a lot of wins. Kawhi Leonard is an MVP candidate. Yeah. LaMarcus Aldridge is a good regular season type of player. Trash. I think he'll bounce back a little bit. Whatever he is. He's played like trash. I don't want to call him trash, but he's played like trash, definitely. So I mean, I guess if it looks like a duck and walks like a duck, it might be LaMarcus Aldridge.
Right. Yeah. All right. Speaking of let's see, trash. Let's see, Minnesota. Nah, man, I'm just playing.
I like Minnesota. I like Minnesota. I like Minnesota to maybe possibly jump over one of them top 4 teams and get one of those spots, like number 3 or number 4. I like the makeup of their team, man. I do, and I think they're gonna really put it together. They're gonna come out hard, charging. They're young, but they're experienced.
All right. So who balls better then? The young and flashy team of Minnesota with Wiggins and who's our guard, man? Doc.
Teague.
Jeff Teague, Jimmy Butler, Karl Anthony Towns.
And don't forget, I forgot their power forward name, man, but he gets busy, man, and puts up decent power forward numbers. Not him. It's a European dude.
Oh, shit. I'm tripping right now. Anyway, so we got them.
Yeah.
Who's better, them or the trio of Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony with Steven Adams' mustache, bro?
I think that might. Don't forget Roberson. But anyway, I think
I did forget Roberson, bro.
That might be the team that gets jumped over by the T-Wolves, in my opinion.
I don't know about that, bro.
Just in case, man. That trio of Melo, Westbrook, Paul George. I think Paul George might be able to subjugate his game somewhat. I'm not sure about Melo and Westbrook though, man. Coming off averaging a triple double. Melo trying to reestablish himself as being actually playing like good Melo, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's going to work for them as well as people think it will. I think they got like 48 wins. 48 wins for those dudes. So
Well, the preseason is like the bums versus bum squad. So whoever has the best bums wins. And Houston is 3-0. Dallas 3-1. Utah's 4-0. The Minnesota Timberwolves are 2-1. The same as Oklahoma City Thunder. I think when it comes to their bench, they're about the same. Oklahoma City and Minnesota. Once you get past those first 6 maybe on Minnesota, and the first 5 on Oklahoma City, you got bums. And it really comes down to who got the most firepower. You know what I mean? And the one thing I will say though is Minnesota's coaching is better than Oklahoma City's coaching to me.
Absolutely, I think so.
More than I like old boy over there in Oklahoma.
Billy Donovan.
Yeah, bro. I was gonna leave his name as old boy. Oh boy.
What about the Clippers though, man? What do you think about them?
Trash, bro. The Clippers, okay.
Straight like that.
Well, let me not say it that. Let me say they're hot garbage. And what I mean by that is
worse than trash.
They have a superstar named Blake Griffin. That's their best player now, man. And I don't buy it. I do not buy it. I would not like that guy to be my best player on my team at all. Then now the second best player is DeAndre Jordan, right? And DeAndre, I like him a lot. But without a Chris Paul, I don't know what he is.
But I like Patrick Beverly at the point guard for the Clippers. And what you think about Milos back there, the 30-year-old rookie dropping dimes left and right?
You know what? I think Huertas. That's what the fuck I think, nigga. I think Marcelo Huertas, dog. And
he's way better than him, bro.
No, I know he is way better than him. I got jokes. But I still don't buy it, though. I still don't buy it. They're in the.
I think he's a better Ricky Rubio.
Man, they're 1-2. They won one preseason game, just like the Lakers, and they got bums. Yeah, their bums are just as bad as our bums.
Hey, their bums are bums. As well as Johnson still on the roster. Speaking of which. But I do have the Clippers in the playoffs, man. I got them coming in at number 6 behind the T-Wolves. So I don't think they're bums like that. I actually like the makeup of their team. I think something about Chris Paul leaving is going to be good for them.
No.
Front line of whatever his name, Gallinari, Blake. I think Blake would get triple doubles when Chris Paul wasn't there in the playoffs. People forget about that part.
Yeah, and then he would punch a damn cameraman or something whack as hell like that.
That dude's been fired. He's been fired. And he's made.
Yeah, but
maybe
he's gonna find something else to punch, dog.
He's had a kid or two. He's gonna find some other
smaller, unathletic person to punch and bully, dog. And
watch out
some more games and hurt his hamstring or something, dog. Blake Griffin, dude, suspect.
The only thing I kind of think, to me, Coach Rivers' coaching can be suspect at times.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and his general managing is rather suspect.
Just like that stuff on top of his head is suspect. Yikes. He's seeding from the middle thing he got going on. But anyway.
But I got to go ahead and say that no way that Clippers are past the Golden State, right? There's no way they're past San Antonio,
Golden
right?
State?
Wait, no. I'm counting off. I'm just counting off. So we got Golden State. We got San Antonio. We have the Rockets. We have that's
Thunder.
3. We have the Thunder. That's 4. We have Minnesota. That's 5. I believe that there's no way the Clippers are better than Denver. There's no way.
That's because you saw them beat up on the Lakers twice in a row, man.
No, but they was already nice, man. And then they added in my boy from Atlanta. Big man.
Millsap,
Paul Millsap, yes. So all together as a team, dude, from top to bottom, they are much better on paper than
they've got a deep roster.
Much better on paper. So we'll see how that plays out, but I got them above them. I also have Utah above them, bro.
Utah? Damn.
Yes, I have Utah above them. Utah has an established culture that has been going on. They're not having a big shakeup like you are when you're taking Chris Paul away from your team, man. That's
what about Gordon Hayward leaving Utah, man? That's not a big shakeup?
Not like Chris Paul.
Oh,
not like
come
Chris
on,
Paul,
man. He was practically the team.
Nah, bro. Rodney Hood's gonna fill in a lot of that.
What?
I think he gets a lot of hype, man. Watch. I think Gordon Hayward is a victim of hype, dude. A little extra hype. I think Gordon Hayward is better than J.R.
Smith,
better than J.R. Smith, and worse than Paul George. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that. But he's so much better than J.R. Smith. Not like in the middle of that. Damn.
If you give me your own squad, Rodney Hood. Listen, he had his own.
Did you
squad.
not see the work he gave the Lakers in person? Jeez.
Oh yeah, I seen the work that he gave the Lakers, and I seen him get worked by a 40-year-old Kobe too. He ain't about that life like that.
He saw everybody get worked by Kobe at some point at 40.
Yeah, but not at 40, bro. Not at 40. Not at 40.
I don't know,
60 only. He dropped all 60 of those retirement points on his head. Anyway,
he did. Yeah, but I still got the Jazz on the outside looking in for me personally.
I have the Jazz and possibly Portland. Not just possibly, most likely Portland over the Clippers too. The Clippers I got sitting from the outside looking in with the Lakers, most likely, and the Pelicans. And teams like that.
No, man.
They'll be better than the Suns.
I can give you the Nuggets, not the Blazers, bro. I can't give you the Blazers. The Clippers are in there.
All right.
And I hate the Clippers.
You guys hear that on the West Coast crossover? That both of us hate the Clippers. Call in and hate with us. Call in and hate with us or against us. It's all good.
It's all good.
Nigga, you know who else ain't gonna fucking ever do nothing is the Sacramento Queens, dog. They're trash too forever, bro. I think
absolutely
they're trash forever.
We saw that.
Their general manager's trash, dude. They are. Their
what about Vlade?
Vlade, ain't he the general manager, man? Trash.
I think, yeah, he's been trash since his rookie year. To me, greatest day in Laker history was when they traded Vlade Divac. I can't remember. I was so happy, and then it turned
Vlade
into Kobe.
Laker,
no, I could not stand Vlade when he was a Laker. No,
purple and gold.
I could not stand Vlade Divac when he was on the Lakers. I hated pretty much every minute of every game that he played in.
Bro. Well, I know I definitely hate him when he was with Chris Webber over there flopping against the Lakers, thinking that they was gonna knock us out the playoffs. What a joke. So he's trash as a player for the Kings and as a general manager for the Kings. Their owner, Vivek Randovic, is trash too. I don't know what the hell he be talking about, bro. He be talking about trying to run a right. Did you know that nigga tried to institute
a girls half court offense weirdness?
He tried to institute a cherry pick policy, nigga, in the NBA. Dog. That
Why
guy
don't you try
is
this?
trash.
How did you become an owner?
Man, they are the laughing stocks to me, dog. They traded DeMarcus Cousins for a bag of beans and Buddy Hield's Tifa's nigga.
Right. Every time Buddy Hield is out there, it feels like the Kings got 6 players.
Hey.
Speaking of which,
I
think it might be time for a roasting session.
Think what I'm thinking, bro. Buddy Hield? Buddy Hield, you old Bucky from Fat Albert in the Junkyard Gang face ass nigga, bro. Get him.
This nigga Buddy Hield's teeth are so big, it looks like he's going to sneeze and bite a hole in his chest. Get him.
Old Sandy the Squirrel Mouth having ass nigga, man. Get him.
This nigga Dennis probably charges by the tooth. His teeth are so big, every time he smiles, it looks like the front of a sled. Get him.
You can never look smart with them teeth, bro. You can have 150 IQ, but your face still staying.
This nigga Buddy Hield's smile looks like he has a mouthful of bars of soap and broken dominoes. Who got big stick?
Broken dominoes, nigga. Anyway, bro. I like Buddy Hield, man, but nigga, why, bro? Why you rich with them teeth anyway? He had braces too, nigga. I seen a picture of that nigga with some braces before. Like, wow, that shit is unfixable.
Hey, even on those things, you can still see the end of the line.
Oh shit. So anyway, who the Lakers got next, man?
The hated Utah Jazz. I hate even saying that name. I could not stand this team.
The Utah Jazz, cheating ass,
Stock Bailey, Tag, freaking Mark Eaton. I hate them all.
Dude, any team that's known for it, their best 2 players of their history is like this cheating ass white dude with a fucking mailman haircut, but then a nigga that they actually call the mailman that wears a cowboy hat. I don't fuck with them, not at all, bro.
Boy, you're right. You can't trust a dude cowboy hat like that.
No. Any nigga that says yeehaw, never trust him, dog. Never let that nigga in your house. Anyway, so yeah, they'll be playing them tonight, Tuesday. What's the date today, man? The 10th.
Hey, yo, it's been real with y'all. Thank you for joining us on the West Coast Crossover. And don't forget to follow us on westcoastcrossover.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and all of the streaming audio services out there you can find us on, and stop listening to that bullshit you've been listening to. I am JD.
And I'm Jeremiah the Prophet. We out.